Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the weekly review at Sean Shrock. I am Sean Keenan Corey, and of course, I'm joined along with.
And it's your boy Shrock the Mike. Man, it's Friday. It's been a minute, but we back at it.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute since we did the show, but it's been a minute since we did a show like this. We've had a lot of guests lately, and
Yeah,
it's been
right?
a great experience having all these guests. We really appreciate it, and keep the requests coming. We love to have you on the show to talk about what makes you great. But today we're talking about what makes other people great, I guess.
Other people great. Yeah. Let's pat other people on the back today. You know what I mean? Slap them on the back slaps.
Oh yes, but it's a nice, beautiful day here in Florida. You know where we are. You know what we do here in can't call it paradise anymore, but I guess you still kind of can. But with that being said,
Well, we got like a cold front right now.
That's what I'm saying,
right?
man. It's a little chilly out there. I went outside, put gas in my car yesterday morning. I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting to pull out some of that fall gear, that winter gear. But then by the time it hit like 3 o'clock, it'd be like 90 degrees again. So it's like,
you're not wrong.
It's very temporary.
It is temporary. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon hit. She's like, all right, where's the shorts?
Exactly. Yeah, let me put my shorts on. I know. I think about getting some of those like tearaways.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
the tearaways back
some of those too.
in high school?
Shoot, you need those here.
I have some shorts underneath. What happened? Are those still a thing?
Know.
Do people still wear tearaways?
See, I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't even see them on the basketball court anymore. They like pull them off now. They don't rip them off anymore. They just, like,
now guys they just put their pants down.
I'm like, okay, what happened to the rips? I thought it was all about the rip,
right? or at least get some of those. I've had one pair of these. Remember the pants with the zipper at the knee? You can like zip off. That was a great idea. I mean, obviously, it ain't for everybody, but I used to do that. Oh, that is really cool. But then, your friends make fun, like, hell, you got those khaki short pants, whatever they got.
You don't know what I got unless you're looking too hard.
Exactly. You got a zipper on your knee. Like, yeah, well, that's grown man talk right there. You got a zipper on your knee.
I got 2 for 1, right? I got 2 for 1. Get over it.
Anyways, what we got?
We got a good show for our audience today. Today we're gonna talk about celebrity child support woes. Yeah, we're gonna talk about what celebrities pay in child support. Some of these numbers are gonna shock you. We're gonna talk about the shooting in Ybor shooting. What happened over this past weekend? Some of us were down there. Myself. Not during that time. Some of us were down there. We're also going to talk about South Park on Disney. South Park is taking on Disney. Are they ready for that powerhouse?
I'm surprised South Park is still like around. You know what I mean? Like South Park is like The Simpsons, like little brother. You know what I mean? It's just like it's just one of those animated series to where it's just like it's always going to relate.
Oh
to
yeah,
something.
I mean, think about it. So, The Simpsons has been proven to tell the future. South Park has been proven to tell the future a few times itself. So I mean, when it's been going on so long and so many good ideas turn into the actual facts 10 years later, it's crazy. That's insane. And now we're gonna see if maybe South Park did it again. We're talking about Disney turning people, maybe not turning people, but making all their characters black and gay, and seeing how that affects society.
Come over to Disney, like, yeah, man, yeah, come on up. We got a cult. I love to see that. If that was like a celebrity death match, like South Park versus The Simpsons,
I mean, funny.
I don't know. I don't know who wins that.
Funny. Oh my goodness! And of course, we have What the Florida. We have a good What Florida for you guys coming up. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's first story: celebrity child support woes. Okay, so I don't know if you have seen the news, the celebrity news. Some people watch it, some people don't. I do now because of the show. I'm not like worried about what celebrities do.
What's the Kardashians
I'm not worried about what celebrities do, but sometimes celebrities do some stuff that we can get some laughs out of, and so hey, we gotta look at it a little bit. With that being said,
they rich. It's okay. You can make fun of them.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, exactly.
But with that being said, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Al Pacino has to pay. By the way, 83-year-old Al Pacino just had a brand new baby boy with I believe she's in her 20s. I'm not exactly sure of her exact age, but her name is.
She's not 80. She's not in her 80s.
She's definitely not in her 80s. Her name is Noor Al Falah. Hopefully I said that right.
What is her name?
Noor, Noor Allallah. Noor Afallah. Hope I said that right.
That sounds like
No, hey, don't remember.
restaurant name.
Hey, beautiful woman. She's a
Buffalo.
beautiful woman.
Right.
And Al Pacino's 83, so hey, do what you got to do, man. Do you? But
Yeah. You could tell, like, the age difference by, like, their name, right? Al, if like, you could tell, like, "Yo, my friend Al," like, Al, he gotta be at least 60,
yeah.
and then, like, yeah, it's my other friend, Nora Epinephrine, like, what? That's definitely a millennial Z name, Nora Ephron. I was like, "Got at least under 25." So, but anyways, continue,
Yeah.
continue.
So I don't know if you saw it or not, but so he has a brand new son. His name is Roman. Almost said Roland.
Brand new son.
Welcome a son. His name,
As opposed to like a used
yeah,
son. You don't want a used son. You want a brand
brand new.
new one.
Yeah.
Let me
Those
upgrade my
users,
son.
man. I mean, sometimes those users come with issues and stuff. You might have to take it back. But
Exactly.
he welcomed his son back in June. His name is Roman. So they obviously didn't stay together. So she wanted to get paid. Guess how much she's getting paid? Take a wild guess.
Oh man. Let's see. Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
He was in Heat. He was in Scarface.
You came,
Scarface,
yeah,
Al Pacino.
Take out Scarface. He's still making money off of Scarface.
They need people like me. I would
Godfather.
say,
He's been in everything.
He's 83, so he's built up quite a pile of money. I'm gonna say 10 grand.
See, 10 grand, that would be,
yeah.
That's not even a normal person's like fee, but that's not even close to his. That's a third of what he has to pay. He has to pay $30,000 a month in child support. $30,000
for little Roman.
One kid. $30,000, and it gets better. God. It gets better. Not only does he got to pay $30,000 a month, but he's got to put $110,000 up front, plus the $30,000 a month. And if he,
it's not a car,
$15,000 a year in the education fund, and if his movies if his movies does good, or he makes a little extra money, he could go all the way up to pay $90,000 by the end of the year.
$15,000 to the education. Where did the kid going to Hogwarts or something? Like,
I don't know. This is insane. And so when I hit the news, I had a conundrum. I was like, I had to pay child support. Most people who get a divorce and have kids, they pay their child support. It happens. This is a fact of life. It sucks. You're like, I don't my kid. I don't pay it out of my pocket. But hey,
yeah, like, would you resent your kid if like you had to pay child support? Like, this little shit.
And that like, I think that builds up into it because it's not the kid's fault. It's between the parents, but it's about the kid. So at the end of the day, I think some animosity builds up between the parent who's paying mass child support and the kid. And again, then eventually it's like, okay, look, it's not you. I just don't like your mom, or I don't like your dad because they made me pay child support.
I hate your mom. You understand? I hate your mom. I could put a value on how much I hate you. I would probably pay to get her. I mean, well, I am Scarface, so let me be careful. But
you don't want to say hello to your little friend.
I wouldn't even like my kid. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? That is like absurd. Like, who's the judge? Like, does the judge in these situations just like, that's an enormous amount to be paying for an infant? Like, what type of baby is this?
Made out of gold,
like
apparently.
Superman?
I don't know. That's just insane. So, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is what he's got to pay a month. He's basically buying, a brand new Camry every month.
You get a Camry, you get a Camry, you get a Camry. Like, oh my God. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna die. I mean, I don't mean to say it like that. I don't mean to wish bad on him or anything like that. But I feel like that type of stress at 83 years old, like when the judge is like, all right, case closed, $30,000 a month, plus $15,000 if the kid wants to go to school, plus $100,000 if the kid gets all A's, plus another $100,000 if the kid wears glasses, plus another $100,000 if the kid wears pants with zippers at the knees, plus another $100,000. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to have a stroke. Like, God,
it is insane. And these settlements they get extravagant. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, he's got to pay this one. What some of these other people are paying? So the internet being the internet, of course, all this stuff is out there on the internet. So let me say some of these numbers. Of course, we just talked about Al Pacino. So let's see. So Halle Berry, Halle Berry, she pays her ex. She pays Oliver Martinez $8,000 a month in child support. Okay,
Okay. All right, that's fair.
but she also agreed to pay him 4.3% of any income she receives above above $2 million. Plus, she
Oh my
pays for
god.
the private school tuition, uniform supplies,
Oh
and
my god.
activities. So she's basically paying
So
it.
what does
That's what I'm
Oliver
saying. What's
do?
the $8 grand that
Just
he's getting a
nothing?
month doing? I mean, he's getting paid $8 grand a month for what? Like,
I wouldn't even do movies anymore. I'm
because she
retired.
pays
Like, no.
everything. So what are you paying for? She's paying for all that stuff and paying you $8 grand a month. What are you paying? But okay, so that's Ollie Berry.
That's
Russell Simmons, Russell Simmons, who he left the
okay.
country, a few years ago, hasn't been back since.
I'm
He
out.
did, but he pays $40,000 a month until his kids reach 19. You know, his kids are not older than 19.
How
They're
old are
older than
they
19
now?
now.
Does it say
You
how
don't
old?
have to pay that anymore. I know he's happy about that.
Yeah.
Um, Now one of the big ones. Oh, actually, before I get to him, Kelly Clarkson. We all know who Kelly Clarkson is.
The
American
American
Idol girl.
Idol
Yeah,
girl?
exactly. So
She paying child
she
support
is
too?
paying child support too. Uh, she went through a divorce with her ex husband's name is Brandon Blackstock. What a name, by the way, Brandon Blackstock. Yeah.
Brandon Blackstock.
So she has to
What
pay
a name.
nearly $46,000 per month in child support for two kids, plus a one-time settlement of $1,326,161 and ongoing monthly spousal support payments of $115,000 until January next year.
I didn't even know she was making money like that,
Oh
first of
yeah,
all.
she's
Second of all,
killing.
like, this goes out to listen, if you ever hit the lottery or you ever hit it, I don't know if you're an actor or musician and you ever hit it big or Taylor Swift big, whatever, you making millions of dollars on your celebrity. Stop marrying
Shoot,
broke
don't
people.
no,
Stop
you
it.
can marry. Just have a rock solid freaking prenup and don't have any more kids. Just stop having kids at that point.
Yeah. It should be mandatory. It should be mandatory. Like if the gap in pay is at a certain amount, like it should be like prenup is in effect. You know what I mean? Because that's like it's almost like, oh man, like I never really I don't hate anybody, and I hope I would never have to hate anybody. But if I had to pay someone $30,000, hell, $2,000 a month, like I see you ever watch Netflix when they got those like murder mysteries or oh so and so killed their husband or killed their wife. I get it now. I get it. You know, like I'd even admit it. They interview like, yes, Rock, you killed your spouse and you are a prime suspect. Like, listen, I'm gonna save you guys a lot
Yeah.
of time. I was paying $30,000 a month in child support. I did it. I admit it. I do the time because I did the crime. Like, that's
Okay.
whatever. I ain't gotta pay
So
that no
we
more.
just gave you some amounts, and these amounts I gave you were already completely outrageous. Correct? Wouldn't you agree?
Mhm.
That's just an insane amount to pay per month. You're basically buying brand new cars for these people every single month. But these next ones
Right.
I'm about to give you, blow those out the water. Complete blow those out the water.
Oh
All
shit.
right. So
Elon
I'm gonna start
Musk.
off with. Well, this is the last of the small ones. Last of the small ones. Sean Puffy Combs. All right. He pays.
Okay. He
Yeah,
did it.
he did it. He pays, and this is in 2004. Actually, sorry, in 20, yeah, sorry,
It's in
2018 was
Bitcoin.
the last one. He was paying $35,000 a month. Then it was changed to for one child to Missa Hinton Brim. Then it was lowered to $21,000 a month, and now it's
Woohoo.
$19,000 a month. But he was also paying. But he was
Okay, so
also paying.
he's
He
making
was also paying
progress.
Kim Porter before she passed $20,000 per month. So he's paying
Wait, she
Kim Porter.
died?
Yeah, she died. She passed away in 2018.
From what?
I forgot what she passed away from, but yeah, it was everywhere. It was all over the news.
If you P. Diddy, do you
No, no,
celebrate
no.
that? Or you just like
They
kinda just like
no,
celebrate in
no.
your head a
He
little
loved
bit
Kim
like,
Porter. I
mhm.
mean, he was sick over her loss of her. Yeah, because they had just reconciled.
I don't know, P. Diddy an
No,
actor, man,
oh
too. He
no,
be
but
acting, so you never
they had just
know.
reconciled, like
I'm
just
so
reconciled.
I'm so sad I gotta pay
So,
$20,000
but
in it.
those are the low
I
ones.
get
So
it.
let me tell you these other ones, and these other ones are gonna go what? Are you really? You're just gonna go what? All right. So the first big one we're gonna do. is Derek
Mhm.
Jeter. I'm sorry, not Derek Jeter.
Derek.
Alex Rodriguez.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Alex
okay.
Rodriguez.
Phew.
Take a
A-Rod?
just wow.
Well, baseball players make a ridiculous
Yes,
amount of
dude.
money, and good ones make even, astronomical. He's probably paying for one kid.
2 daughters.
Oof, that's a multiplier. Oh, man, 50,000.
$115,000 per month. 2 daughters.
No wonder you keep seeing him on all these damn
Oh yeah, he
broadcasting
needs the money.
sports.
Shoot. He needs the money.
He be on every sport, not even baseball. He be like boxing, pickleball, softball. Like, yeah. So basically, what you see here, Jeff, like, damn, 150.
Okay, and they got to realize that the amounts are
Like,
going up from that point. Kevin Costner.
oh man,
He has got to make child support payments to his soon-to-be ex-wife Christine Baumgartner.
oh
The
god,
amount he has to pay every
she
month
ain't above no more.
is $129,755 every month. I got 2 more for you. 2 more for you, then we move on. I got 2 more for you. All right.
Like, some of these prices would make me like run for like
Okay.
president just to change
Okay.
that.
All right. Here's one I know you wouldn't expect me to say. Kanye West.
Oh, not Yeezy.
Kanye West.
Not Yeezy.
Right? Now you gotta realize Kim and Kanye together were billionaires. Kanye by himself was
Right.
billionaire until he lost the Gap thing, and now he's just under billionaire, but he's close enough.
Yeah, now he's 900 millionaire.
He's close enough. But Kim is rich by her own right. Right? We all know this.
Yeah, she got a little
He
bit.
has to pay her $200,000 per month in child support for their 4 kids.
That's a lot.
200,000.
That's like I said, I would pay an assassin. Like, hey man, I just make it look like an accident, please.
And he also has to pay 50% of the kids' medical, education, and security expenses, plus that $200,000 per month.
What is medical education? Like, it's like when you about to get child support, like you just sign your kids up for all types of nonsense.
Medical education.
Like, you gotta pay for.
You're going to do this private school, this private school over here. Just not that one. That one's in charge now. You gotta go to this one. Yeah. All right. Here's the last one. The last one. We move on. Here's the. Of course, he's going to be on the list though, because he's got like 30 freaking kids. I think you know what I'm about to say.
Let me guess. What's his name? The football player.
No, come on. You got this. He's got 13 kids out there. We've talked about him on the show a couple of times. Yeah, you're right, Colin. Colin, you're right.
What did he say? Tell me. I think I know who it is. I just can't think of the name.
Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah,
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon, like $1 billion a month.
He pays at least $250,000 per month in directly supporting kids.
God, this dude be on. No wonder he be on hosting all the shows. He be on Masked Singer, Dancing with the Stars. He hosting this. He hosting the Grammys.
And here's the thing: he doesn't formally pay child support through the court system. He just pays it directly to them. So what he doesn't realize, I don't know why he doesn't realize this, but if he makes one of them mad and they go to court, shoot, from the time that baby's born until she goes to court, he gonna have to pay.
He paying like Pablo Escobar, like money.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
200
damn, like, what do you think I'm doing? Ooh. It's only 24 hours in a day. How much money do you think I'm making to support all you guys?
They said
that's a small company.
That he pays
right
$3
now,
million annually in support for his kids. $3 million annually. Jesus, man. Jesus.
I feel like do are kids allowed to, like, say if you get your kid that's receiving child support, are the kids allowed to be like, once they're like, I don't know, 14 or, aware of the situation, could be like, you know what, that's too much for my daddy to be paying. I don't want any more child support. Can they do that?
They can only choose about visitation, that kind of stuff. They can't.
You can't even not accept it.
They still got to take
no more money,
which is
please.
kind of messed up. Like, it's supposed to be for your kids and all that stuff. The what they say is, oh, well, the mom or the dad's already spent it on the kid. You're just basically replacing what the mom or the dad already spent. That's what you pay on child support. Nah.
God.
I've
Nick Cannon gonna be
don't
hosting.
get me wrong. I know some great single moms and dads out there who do what they're supposed to do with the money they get. But I've met some who definitely do not do what they're
Yep.
supposed to do with that money.
Yep. Nick Cannon about to be hosting The Masked Singer for the next 100 years.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
can't.
he gonna be like just a
Yeah.
skeleton, just like, all right, next up is
See, okay,
my
Al Pacino's
kids.
83, and he's shoot. You know he needs to retire, right? Shoot, he can't retire. You think if Al Pacino can't retire,
He
that Nick
can't
Cannon
retire.
he's gonna be able to retire?
Can you imagine making millions of dollars a year and you still can't retire because of
I
child
know.
support? Oh my god. Oh, Al Pacino stars in Mission Impossible 17. Like, oh my god. All right.
Oh, that's just
Anyways,
crazy. We just want to bring to the audience how insane child support really is in this country. All right, there's no
get out
kid
the
that really
way.
needs more than say $15,000 a year paid in child support.
Yeah, I
There's
can't
really not
even adult support right now.
because you clothes, food, that kind of thing. It's supposed to be shared by the parents. So if you're paying $250,000 a month in child support, there's nothing being
Yeah.
shared there. You're taking care of everything.
Listen, guys. Listen, man, out there. It rhymes with smortion. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
And you can write those letters care of Ciroc the Mic at the Weekly Review.
Yeah, no, listen. You don't look like me. I'm not paying for that. She don't look like
They should
no.
all
Nope. You ain't black. Nope. Maybe come out white. No, I'm sorry. Nope. No, 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 no. Your Honor, that is not my child.
oh man, that is just
All
crazy.
right. What we got? What we
All
got
right,
next?
so up next we're going to talk about this Ybor shooting. What happened in Ybor on
Oh
Halloween? Well,
yeah.
not Halloween night, but it was treated as Halloween night.
Oh,
It was treated as
yeah,
Halloween.
yeah,
It was
Halloween
Halloween
weekend.
weekend. It was this Saturday here in Ybor. Halloween, as you know, was Tuesday, in which the kids went out for a couple of hours trick or treating and all that good stuff. But us adults, we celebrate over the weekend because some of us got jobs to do. We and
Almost got it.
yeah, someone's got child support. Exactly.
Throughout the week. And for those of you who don't know what Ybor is, if you're listening, maybe you're not from Tampa, Florida, or Florida in general. Basically, it's just another little kind of bar district here in Tampa, one of the historical areas to where a lot of stripper bars, great deals, a lot
Cigar
of concert
shops.
or at least cigar shops, huge ton of cigar shops actually. Definitely a tourist area, huge place for venues for smaller
I'm
musical events and stuff like
I
that. But
mean, it is a
it gets
tourist
wild.
area, but it's also a local area too. I mean, us locals do go there too
Right.
because it's generally the safer option to go to. If you think, I mean, because there's always a
Hmm.
huge police presence there, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
lights. But anyway, go ahead.
And I was gonna say our producer, actually, I'm not gonna say where he works, but he works down there in Ybor, so he's first on the scene on a lot of stuff. So he's kind of like our cool
Yeah.
our cool guy that tells us what's going
Yeah.
on in the under 30
Yes,
arena.
that's exactly it. Because we would have
So
no idea, none. That guy doesn't watch TV.
none.
I don't really watch TV. I watch movies, so we wouldn't know
Don't
anything.
have a clue. We wouldn't know. We just now finding out. This happened like 3 weeks ago. So basically, down in Ybor City, Halloween gets a little wild in
Everywhere.
every, or at least major metropolis. I think my camera just turned off, but that's okay. I'll switch to another one. If you can still hear me,
Yeah.
basically Halloween is crazy. Ybor, it's not a huge area, but there are a ton of people around the holidays, whether it's Halloween or St. Patty's or
It's about
the night
it's
before,
about
or
three
excuse me,
quarters of a mile.
the day before
About three
Thanksgiving.
quarters of a mile long.
Yeah, if that,
If
if
that,
that,
yeah.
is that. It's nice. During the day, it's nice. But however, there are a lot of clubs and bars that, some are 18 and up, some are 21 and up. Just depends on where you go. Now there is a very, with holidays and events like this, there's a very strong police presence, which is great. You want to feel safe while you're out partying, drinking, make sure nothing crazy happens. But unfortunately, there always are going to
You can't
where
control. You have
some
no control
people,
over.
you can't control everybody, right? You can't stop everybody. And as you know, Florida is one of those states where, pretty much it's really not that hard to get a gun, as long as you're not have any felonies, or I don't know what the background requirements are. Um, Long story short, there was a shooting outside one of outside on the strip after hours. So down here, 2:30 is usually a last call for most bars, and most places, late night places, close at 3 unless it's like an after hours joint, like AKA strip club. Never been. And I mean, every metropolis has, I hate to say it, some form of gang
Yeah,
violence. I
yeah,
mean, everybody wants to be part of a
yeah.
group. I mean, it's just human nature,
Any
and
place that
you
says, "Oh, we
know,
don't have gang violence here," I'm sorry, you just aren't paying enough attention to your community.
exactly, it's just not in your
Yeah,
neighborhood.
it's there.
Um, but yeah, so a 20, he was 22, right? 22-year old.
20, yeah, 22-year-old. No, 20. Yeah, he just turned 22, I believe. But yes, 22-year-old,
Nice.
14-year-old, and there's a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old was the one that were killed, I believe.
Basically, way too young to be making, decisions on who, whether your life is in danger and carrying weapons, for that matter. But anyway, the 14-year-old was altercation apparently probably happened beforehand at one of the
Well,
clubs. Long story short,
the way that
go ahead.
they kind of said on the news conference, I'm just summarizing
Mhm,
real quick. Summarizing what they said on the news conference was that the 14-year-old and the 22-year-old, well, along with the 18, I think it was the 18 or 19-year-old also, got into a not an altercation but a disagreement. You know, it could have been someone stepping on shoes, but a disagreement.
I think the Lions are the best team in the
There was a
NFL. I disagree. Meet me outside.
they did not say if the woman was part of the issue, but there was a woman present. Um,
Nope, she probably was.
Can it really be really though between a 14-year-old and
Ah,
20-year-old a woman issue? I mean, that's
that is
eh.
true. That is true. Maybe yeah, I'm wrong about that. I take that
Mhm.
back. You might be right.
So, but that's just what I say. But they said that once it started, that one of them pulled out a gun, the other one saw
Hmm.
the gun, of course, and then pulled out their gun, and
Hmm.
that's when everyone started
Shut.
shooting.
It was kind of like one of those Western quick draws. It's. I mean, obviously, it's. I mean, yeah, you should. I mean, you should be able to protect yourself, obviously, but you shouldn't. I mean, gang violence is a completely different scenario. You know what I mean? You have these kids who probably. I mean, I don't want to, make any assumptions about upbringing and parents or anything like that, but I would assume they're either not involved or not around or you know, don't care in general. But, why is a 14-year-old out at the wee hours of the night? Not like he can get in anywhere. You know what I mean?
And
Out.
let's make sure that we said this all correct. It wasn't just so it was a 14-year-old and a 22-year-old. I'm sorry. So it was a 14-year-old and 20-year-old that were killed, but 16 other people, 16, 1 6, were injured.
Injured.
So I mean, they were just shooting everywhere, everywhere. And
Yeah. So it was
yeah, and I
just.
was down there that night. By the way, I had a
Mhm,
as you know, as I've been on the show many times. I'm in one of the Gasparilla crews, crew of the Brigade, crew of
mhm.
fellow soldiers, and also the crew of the Brigadoons. Well, there's a vampire ball that evening because it's Halloween. So we
Right.
went to the ball. Everything was fine. Was outside on on Seventh, which is Seventh is the street where Ybor is predominantly on. That's where most of the businesses are.
Mhm.
There are some off of Seventh on Eighth and on the streets bordering Seventh, but
Yeah, that's
most
the
people
hot
are on
spot. That's where
Seventh.
you want to be.
So I was on Seventh, right there at the Italian club. Um,
Mhm.
hit my cigar like I normally do, after these things. Everything was fine. It was peaceful. People were smiling, joking, having a good time. And this is around, I want to say, the latest I was out there was around 11:15, 11:15, 11:30. And I left.
Oh,
When I was there, everything was
right.
still calm. There's police presence down there. It was fine. But I get
Mhm.
home and I find it hard to go sleep after these balls. So I get home, I just come home, have myself on a drink.
Yeah, you still like,
Yeah,
yo, you had a good time,
exactly. So I'm
didn't
gonna chill, relax a little bit. And so I'm just chilling, relaxing, and all of a sudden on my phone, I get this alert about a shooting where I just left from. I'm like, what?
you? Yeah.
I was like, come on. I mean, I was literally just right. And I put up the map because there's a map on WFLA. WFLA is one of the news stations here on
Uh-huh.
Channel 8. They have a map of where the shooting actually happened. The Italian club is literally just 2 blocks away.
Yeah. I mean, all that stuff is just it's very
Yes,
compact regardless. You have. Even if it, on nights where it's not a holiday or something going on, it's Ybor still, has a ton of foot
exactly.
traffic. You have. you have people from 16 to all the way up to, whatever age,
I know
it's something to
6 year
do.
olds were out there going to freaking double
Right.
decker, to sing karaoke on Friday and Saturday night. Because I mean, it used to be okay.
Exactly.
If you're above age of 30, then there's nothing for you to do in Ybor.
Mhm.
Mostly true. But you still, just because you're getting up into a certain age, you don't want to sit at home and just watch TV and let everything pass by. You know, get out there and have some fun. Me, I'm not a club guy
Exactly.
anymore. I did my club in the 20s
No.
and all. I'm not a club guy anymore. But
Yeah, so
that being said, I was stepped in a couple of those bars when you work a couple times because why not? It's just step
mhm.
into a bar. And I will go to an occasional club just because, hey, guess what? I'm still alive. I'm not, you know,
Exactly, And Ybor, it's a great place because it's a mix
exactly.
of so if you're not familiar with Tampa, Tampa's kinda little pockets of,
It's a melting pot.
communities.
Tampa is a true melting pot.
Yeah. So where I'm located, I'm kind of like downtown area. And I usually, I mean, if I do go out, I used to work at a bar. It's in you could say Soho. It's not district. It's just my
But
street. But we'll just say Soho
they call it a
district.
district
Yeah, we'll just say Soho district just for this
though.
example. That's more of you got a mix of a lot of younger college kids, young professionals, early 30s, 20s, whatever, but you got to have a little bit of a bread. There's it's not
No.
cheap, but it's not super expensive. You have like a channel side area, which is more
Yeah,
touristy, nice restaurants, but you're going to pay
yeah,
quite a bit just to have a
yeah.
good time. And then you have, St. Pete's his own city, but then you have Ybor, which is like a mix of everybody. You got people from North Tampa, you got people from South Tampa, you got people from Brandon, Riverview, all over, right? Because it's just it's something to do for everybody. That's why it's always
And
kind
it's
of
kind of
busy,
centralized
most
in
weekend
Tampa as
nights.
well.
Right. So I guess I'm not surprised, that surprised that younger kids are out. It's just,
At
you
three
know, I mean,
o'clock in the morning, I'm sorry, and I said it at the top of the show. At 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing for 14, 15, or 6. Anyone
mhm.
under the age of 21, there is nothing for you at 3 o'clock in the morning outside of your house. There's not. You can't drink.
Yeah,
You
you
can't.
can't you can't
You,
drive, you
yeah,
can't drink, you
there's nothing
can't.
for you. There's nothing. You can't go to a strip club. There's nothing for you to do.
Nope.
Go home.
Exactly.
Go home.
Exactly. And like I would assume, to be that young and be out, I would assume like there has to be an older
Yes.
influence that's like, that's allowing
Either
that, right?
allowing it
Maybe an older brother,
or
maybe.
not paying attention to it,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's like not necessarily they're allowing it, but not trying to actively stop it in any way, shape, or form.
Right, right, right. I agree. But yeah, and obviously, a lot of people were injured. I mean, it's and you can say, well, where were the police? They were
Yes,
there. It's just like you
they
can't please
and we
everybody.
know this. We go that. I mean, I'm in Eeyore quite a bit, just because that's where a lot of the
Mhm,
cruise things happen. And
mhm,
plus it's like we said, it's just nice ways to go get out. I leave. I'm running out of Ybor by 11 o'clock. I'm bye.
mhm.
I've
I'm
had
going,
my couple of
peace.
drinks.
Traffic,
I'm good.
peace.
I'm gone. But by
Mhm,
around 8 o'clock at night, there is a officer at every intersection. Two actually, two officers
yeah.
at every
Mhm,
intersection in Ybor. So there is a police presence
mhm.
down there, and they did react pretty quickly to this. But it's still it's one of those things. It's improbable to stop because
Yeah.
it's in public, it's nightlife, there's alcohol.
People are dressed up. It's
Yeah,
Halloween.
you cannot just. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's very improbable to stop something like this unless you just say put a
Right.
metal detector around a complete perimeter around Ybor and say, "Hey, you can't get in Ybor unless you go through these things or something."
I mean, shit, we might have to in a
Well, I
minute.
mean, it's better than the ideas that they come up with now. I mean, we talked about earlier. We haven't talked about on the show yet, but we discussed it offline how they want
Mhm.
to lower the
Put a
the
curfew
curfew
in.
in of 1 a.m. So that is not feasible. And I talked about this with
No.
with a great friend of mine. He's like a brother to me, and we and him had the same thought process on this. So my hometown is Greenville, South Carolina. That's my hometown.
Mhm.
And we had Greenville is a smaller city, about 200 maybe thousand people. it's not.
Oh, they're supposed to say
No,
200 people. I was like, no,
uh,
that is very
yeah.
small.
I mean, it's grown.
I got 200 people in this
It's
building.
grown since then. I think they're close up to like maybe 5,000 miles, but it's still relatively small compared to like here and every place else. So when we had
Right.
shootings there, they were quickly to have a knee jerk reaction. Oh, we got to close things early, and they did. So they started closing things. It used to be 2:30. They dropped it all the way down to 1 a.m. Same thing that some
Right.
people
Wait. So in Greenville, it's two. It's like here. Is it 3 o'clock?
2:30.
Everything's
Yeah,
supposed to close 2:30. Okay.
so they changed it. Guess what happened? Everything stayed exactly the same. They still had the same shootings.
The same.
They just
Yeah.
had
Yeah. Just earlier in the day.
it just happened a little bit earlier now. That's all it happened is now it's just happening a little earlier because they're still going to do the same thing. They're still going to consume the same amount
Yep.
of alcohol that they were going to consume
Yep.
at the other time. But now instead of
And it's almost
yeah,
even
because you're not
worse
spreading it out.
because it's like you got a short time period to act wild, and then it's probably more
Exactly,
shootings
because you
earlier
yes, you're
cutoff
now
time.
trying to basically beat the clock, as I call it. You're trying to beat the clock. Your
Yeah.
cutoff time, last call is
Yeah.
gonna be at 12:30. If it closes at 1, the last call is at 12:30. That means and you're not even getting to the
Mhm.
club till 10, and that's if you're getting there early,
Mhm.
you know? So you're
Yep.
trying to get a lot of alcohol consumed in 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not saying, and we're not saying like, that alcohol is to
No.
blame because who
No.
knows? They probably weren't even
Mm.
drinking. However, obviously, alcohol impairs your judgment. You make brash decisions. There's people are more, can be more tempered if you're having a bad night. Somebody bumps into you, while you're sober. Hey, oh, excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Bunch of drunk dudes. Hey, watch where you going.
Mhm.
It's the same thing, but the tone, makes it more hostile. And like I said, I think I didn't read too much on this just because, I mean, it's still a tragedy and I feel bad for the families and everybody that was affected. But, I think, like I said, I think this is more like gang related than, you know, um, uh, blaming on like the actual like environment and like trying to put a curfew in. The only thing that hurts is the businesses around there, right? Because I mean, we brought up a point earlier. Like I said, Ybor is a late night type spot, right? You can get late night pizza, you get late night drinks, whatever.
Eh,
And the majority of those businesses, you'd be surprised how much money is made between the hours of 11 p.m. and
yeah,
2 a.m. That's most
that's
clubs.
when people are
That's
coming.
that's
That's
prime
when people
time,
are getting out there.
right?
I mean, if I
Right.
in my younger days, I did not leave that. I pre-gamed at home. Everyone pre-games at home. Yeah,
No
yeah.
chaser, just
And so I'm like, all right, 10 o'clock hit. I'm like, all right, we need to get ready to go because by 10:30,
Mhm.
11 o'clock, so I'm trying to hit the club. But
Right. That line about to be out the door, we gotta go right
exactly,
now.
exactly. 10:30. But I'm not showing up at 9 o'clock. No one's showing up at 9 o'clock.
No,
Now I mean I am
no,
now, but I am
hell,
now.
some of the workers don't even
Yeah,
show up at nine
is that
o'clock.
shoot? A
Like,
couple bars don't
"So and
even
so working
open
tonight?"
until
"No, we're
like
not here till
nine
10."
until 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm not showing up then. I mean, I am now, but that's because I'm older now. And I just want a few drinks, whatever. But
Right, I'm sleepy
yeah,
by 11.
but before,
Like
no, you're not showing up. You're like that's when you're just basically getting ready. Okay, hey, look, where we going tonight? Hey, we're going to
Yep,
this place. This place. All right, cool. I'll meet you at 11:30. All right, see you at 11:30. That's
yep.
how it went. That's no.
No.
And I don't know if
Now
this was gang related
go ahead.
though, because the way they're put one of the problems is, and this is something that is going to always happen, because police have been fussing at it since before my clubbing days. They were still fussing at it when, heck, me and you went out last year sometime, and the police are still saying the same thing.
Uh-huh.
All right, clubs are closed. Get out of here. Go home. Blah 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 blah. And they can say it all they want, but you still have like 50 or so people, which is how a lot of people were shot,
Hang
was
around.
because they were filling out into
Yep,
the street at the same time because the bar's closed and they were the last one closing down the bar.
yep.
And so now you have a conglomerate of people just milling around, not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
the let out. That's what we used to call it. The let
Yeah.
out. People just hang. I remember those
They're
days. You just
trying to get
hang,
that last one.
cars blaring
Yeah.
music. Yeah, trying to get that last one in. Hey, where y'all going after this?
Exactly.
Home.
It's 3 in the
It's three
morning, man.
o'clock in the morning.
I gotta get some sleep.
Where else I'ma go? To the gas station? Yeah, let's go to the gas station, hang out, and not get
Yeah.
gas. Like, come on.
So yeah, that's exactly right. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was gang related, but the people that got hurt were the people who were coming out of the bars, standing around. And this is not victim
Yep.
blaming. I'm not blaming any of you people who got shot because I've done the same thing.
Mhm.
came out the bar and stood around too, with my looking left, looking right. Hey, who can I talk to for a few minutes before I hit the house? Yeah,
Yeah, let me just get some of these honeys
yeah.
that coming out. Hey, shorty, where you headed? My
Mm.
name is oh, shoot.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, hey, oh, wait, what's your name?
Hey, 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 let me holler at you. Remember, I don't know if this is a Chappelle skit with this dude. Like, let me holler, let me holler,
Hey,
let me holler at you.
hey, all you need is that one. You can be 100. All you need is that one. And so that, hey,
Yes. See you later,
and that is
guys.
what a lot of people who strike out during the club hours
Yep.
get there. That 1 out of 100.
Yep.
Hey,
And if you don't get that 1 out of 100, then you just upset, and then you try to fight
yeah.
everybody. I gotta get this out regardless. I'm swinging on the next dude that look at me the wrong way. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's terrible
Oh
advice.
man.
Listen, go home, kids. Go home early. Don't be out. It's nothing. What they we used to always say is nothing good. What they say, nothing good happens after
Yeah.
midnight. Or now, nothing good happens after 9 p.m. At
Shoot,
this
I
point.
know, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ybor is still a very safe place to go. There's the police
Yeah.
presence now is going to be even more so than it was before, and it was already a pretty good police presence then. So at least for the next couple months, Ybor is going to be probably the safest place in Tampa
Yeah.
for the next.
Yeah. That's where you want
Yeah,
to go now. Now you want to go to, or he's like, oh, I feel
yeah,
safe.
because
Yeah. It's just like when I was in when I was messing around with real estate a little bit. It's like when people have like termites, like you have to get like your house whatever tinted, and then like keep in mind like after it's tinted, technically even though it had termites, that's the best house to be in if you worried about termites because you just know you just got it fixed. The other ones is the ones you worry about. So either way, listen, I'll just I have my final thoughts on this. Like this, I mean, there's nothing you can do about this, right? I mean, it's gonna happen. It's a city. You at a certain point, a certain population or a certain number of people in a certain area, something's gonna happen, right? Not everybody's gonna be happy. However, it is kind of sad given the ages and how young they
yeah,
are.
we didn't say that before. The age range, and this is even more telling. The age range of everyone who was injured is 18 to 27 years old. So that
Yeah, and that's kinda like as a male, that's that range to where, like, that's the highest chances of you doing something
yep,
stupid, is that age range, right?
exactly.
You got a lot of testosterone, you feel good,
Mhm.
you making a little money if you got a good job, you're by
No,
yourself, there's no parental
so no one can tell you
supervision, you may have a
nothing.
girl, whatever
Yeah.
it may. Exactly, the world is yours, right? We just talked about Al Pacino, Scarface, the world is yours. Unfortunately, some guys, if they don't have the right guidance or even a mentor or somebody to set them straight, it's the reason why we incarcerate the most people in the world, pretty much. So to be safe out there, I'm not saying go get a gun, but just definitely be aware of your surroundings. And that's it.
Mm.
Whew. Damn, that was a
Uh,
mouthful. I'm out of breath saying all that.
so the shooter, his name is Tyrell Stephen Phillips. He now faces a charge of second-degree murder
Damn,
with a
Tyrell.
firearm. He was arrested that Sunday afternoon. They actually took him to
Mhm.
custody that evening, but he was arrested that Sunday. Um,
Oh, okay.
and there's recordings out there of this incident, so he's obviously going to get convicted.
Yeah,
This is all allegedly,
yeah.
though, so let me preface this with allegedly, so please don't come sue us or the show. This is all.
We don't know what
This is all
happened.
alleged. This is the information we're getting from CNN and WFLA. But all I gotta say is, and this is my final thought on this: tragedies are going to happen regardless. It's not having a knee
Right.
jerk reaction to the tragedy. It's looking at the tragedy as a whole and saying, okay, how can we make this happen less? That's what you got to do. Making something stop is that's a fruitless endeavor. It's not going to
Right.
stop. But finding a way to have it happen less, it should be the goal. And I think Tampa, honestly, if you really look at the shootings in Tampa, I think honestly Tampa is doing a pretty good job at it. You know,
Yeah, overall, it's a
yeah.
safe city. Like, cause I mean, there's other places where it's just like it's
Jacksonville,
almost week
Jacksonville.
daily.
When I
Yeah,
lived in Jacksonville, every night on the news, every night there was at least 8 killings. 8. Every
yeah.
single night.
It's like almost like with the weather. All right, this week's gonna be sunny. Monday's shooting was a high of 85 degrees. Tuesday's stabbing, low of 60. Get your knives out when it's 60 degrees, and then Friday is gonna be a hot one. So make sure you get your
Yep.
AKs out because it's gonna be
Eh,
buzzing.
eh.
I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
but that is a summer weather report, honestly, because
Yeah,
the
weather,
hotter it
man.
gets, the crazier they get, and the more shootings start happening. I mean, that's just a fact. That's just a fact.
Exactly. Welcome to
Yeah.
Florida. Speaking of crazy,
Yeah.
Disney.
Woo, you gonna get shows. Hey, look, they already sued the Sanders. Don't have them sue us too. Now we ain't got that kind of money.
The giant rat in Orlando. Giant rat. What we got on Disney? I'll let you
All
bring
right,
this one
so
in.
on Disney, we're gonna talk about how South Park is taking on Disney. So I don't know if you've seen it or not, but South Park just released their newest mini. It's not really. It's longer than an episode, but it's shorter than the movie. So I guess you call it a mini movie. I don't know.
Yeah, so what season are they on? Like
I don't know.
75 or
No,
something?
no, Simpsons not even on
They've been
75, so
around
it's not that
forever.
long. But they're up there, and they still bringing the laughs. They still, I mean, they're
Yep.
still bringing the laughs. You know,
Because you can't and, like, they can't say like, even if they say something offensive, like, who you gonna charge?
yeah.
Cartman? He's not a real person. They can't get in trouble. They're not paying Stan and Kenny, they ain't paying child support. You don't have any kids.
You're not wrong.
I guess the writers, I don't know, the voice actors.
But here's what's up. South Park, they mock Kathleen Kennedy, Disney diversity efforts, and more. So this is on the Hollywood Report. So in the 47-minute special, it's called Joining the Pandaverse. That's the title of it. Cartman, that's Cartman. Cartman begins to fear he's going to be replaced by a diverse woman. He actually had a dream that he's replaced by this woman, who, and the woman that he's going to be replaced with complains about the patriarchy that exists. Okay, that's where we are. Being replaced is exactly what happens in a portal to it actually happens, and a portal opens up to the multiverse. Which replaces Cartman with a, by the way, spoiler alert. So stop here if you don't want to hear anything else about the show.
You don't want to know what happened.
So that being said, Cartman does end up being replaced by a black woman, and Cartman is sent to a universe populated only by women of color. So of course, Cartman is going to lose his mind here.
I gotta see this episode. I haven't even seen it.
Right.
Like, who wrote this? Like, who's writing this stuff?
That's what I'm saying. Hey, one time they used Chat GPT. They even bring up the fact of Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man, including the Spider-Man movie and all that.
Miles
Brought that up.
Morales.
To which the kids were, no, Miles Morales is sweet. That's a whole constructed thing with his own character and narrative. This is just taking the same old Cartman and putting a black woman in it.
Who's the black woman? Monique? I don't know why I was just always thinking Monique for some reason.
See, I would think Vivica A. Fox, honestly.
Maybe, yeah. She's good.
Yeah.
She's funny. Well,
she's funny, man. She's raunchy with it too.
Movie
yeah,
funny.
Movie funny.
Yeah, it's not like stand up funny. Like movie
Monica
funny.
is stand up
like
funny. You're right. You're right. She is stand up funny. But so that's the
man
premise of the show. You know, it keeps going. So the story shifts. After that to a meeting of Disney executives. Disney CEO Bob Iger is irate. We don't understand it, sir. And the executive tells Iger, "We keep making the same movie over and over and pandering to everyone, but suddenly it's not working." Iger replies, "Then we've got to pander harder." Pandaverse. It turns out the multiverse rip was caused by Lucasfilm's Kennedy, who tapped into a secret Disney artifact, the Pander Stone, which the studio has begun using to remake the Samanez over and over in ways that try to appeal to the largest audience possible. An alternate universe version of Kennedy keeps giving the same note on every franchise project. Put a chick in it, make her lame and gay.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, man. Like, as a black man, like, I don't really got an opinion. I'm just kind of just watching. But I listen. I've been to Disney once.
Really?
It was
straight. I like Disney.
Yeah,
it was fun.
I haven't been to Disney. I've been to Epcot, which apparently
that's not all. No, you missed a lot. If all you did was you missed a lot.
Yeah. I don't have any kids, so I haven't been to Disney yet. I've been as a kid, but like at 4, so I don't really remember. I think it was Universal, actually.
You can't. You don't have to be a kid to go to, or even have one to go to Disney. Look, okay, Disney's got Star Wars. Disney's got.
Listen, they got a giant rat running the joint. All right, listen. I know a rat when I see one. He got suspenders on too. I definitely don't trust that
You're
type of
missing out
person.
on some good rides. I'm gonna tell you that. You're missing out on some. There's some fun rides that out there. The best
Like
part for me to go to
I
though,
get.
I'll tell you, is
Uh-huh.
Animal Kingdom. I like that one out of all three, the best.
What is it? I mean, it was like a zoo.
Well, it's like it's kind of like a zoo. It's kind of like Busch Gardens. It's like take Busch Gardens and make it
Uh-huh.
better and bigger.
I thought you were gonna say black. Take Busch Gardens and make every animal black. What 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 are black animals? Alright, hold on, real quick, Sean. So, what animal what animal in the animal kingdom could you relate to being a black person? I would say, like, maybe
uh,
you can't say, like, monkeys or something, go into that racist
shit.
stuff.
I'm gonna have
It has to be, like
if I said monkey, you know how many people are gonna come after me? Every black person listen to the show. I'll be strung up.
Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus.
Mm.
God damn
But
it.
no,
I'd probably say giraffe.
I want to say
Nah, they ain't black enough.
let's see.
I'm more of a flamingo myself,
I'm gonna
you
go.
know? That's my
I
spirit
go with an
animal.
elephant. Be honest with you, they kind of do what they want to do when they want to
Yeah,
do it.
definitely. I can see a black mom being an elephant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do they?
Take care of her
Yeah,
babies,
mm,
will scare off
mm,
all the lions and
you
hyenas,
ain't gonna mess with her on a good day.
Never forget, never forgets. Yeah, that's definitely
You're
a
not gonna
black
mess with
mom.
her on a good day. You're gonna stay away from her on a bad day. You gonna wait. You gonna
Exactly.
wait.
Will stomp on you.
You're gonna wait till
Yep,
she's old before you even try to do anything really. So yeah, I can see
yep,
it.
yep. Gossiping, they always in, like, they little groups
uh,
and herds and stuff like that, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, black people definitely elephants,
uh,
yeah. Yep, that's what we
I'm
go
see
with,
an elephant.
elephants.
But I mean, here's what I gotta say about this whole Disney South Park. I'm glad South Park took it on, not because I hate Disney. I don't hate Disney. I'm glad Disney is going after, not going after,
We do
but
not hate
I'm glad
Disney.
Disney is taking
Look
a
it up.
fight to this governor, because I'm not talking about politics. I'm just talking about
They still
I'm just talking
beefing?
about being fair. If you're gonna say one thing, then you gotta be fair across the board. So I'm glad Disney's taking this fight to them. That's all I'll say about that. But what I'll say about
Yeah.
Disney and South Park, Disney isn't gonna just take it lying down. Now, Disney has gotten some shows that come out here lately on their on their streaming service, and now that Disney has bought the
Uh-huh.
rest of Hulu too, oh, Disney's about to have some fun. They're about to have a lot of fun.
They might as well just run for president. They might be United States of
It
Disneyland.
already is. What are you
They might
talking
as
about? It already
well.
is.
Might as
They control your
well.
cable bill. You think you're paying Comcast and Spectrum and all this? And they're the ones who's raising your cable bill? No,
Nah,
no.
you paying Walt.
Disney is why your cable bill goes up, because Disney owns
Yep.
ESPN, and ESPN, oddly enough, is one of the most watched networks out there.
Yeah, nobody watches FS1.
No.
Who the fuck I mean, sorry, you swear. Nobody watches FS1 Sports. Like, what is that, NASCAR?
Exactly.
I got time
So
for
everyone
that.
watches ESPN. So ESPN is what kind of ESPN's like, okay, we got to pay our people more, so we're raising our rates. Oh, and cable companies pay it.
Oh, yeah, they raised the ticket
They
prices,
raise
didn't they?
everything. ESPN raised everything. So
Was it like 20 grand now for a day pass, something like that?
look,
Plus the 100 grand for a parking pass.
yeah.
Like, damn, I gotta pay just to be here in the park. Like,
Hey,
how else am I supposed to
try
get here?
staying in one of the hotels. I mean, telling you that is woo on the property.
Somebody told
It's
me that
better, but it's
like a weekend. They said a weekend at Disney for like family, maybe with 2 kids. If you stay at the
mm.
hotel, if you stay at the resort, whatever, is Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday is like 5 grand. Like you're gonna probably spend that
So I
much
mean,
with
I'm saying I
food,
took my
with
kids in 2014. Yeah, 2014. So
to see all the
all the parks.
parks.
It was all the park at the park hopper. Now you got to keep in mind, I had a very big military discount, because we
Okay.
got our tickets that are pre.
And did you go during like a off? Because I know they have like
There's
blackout
no
dates and
blackout
stuff
days
like that.
for the military, for the hoppers that
Okay.
you buy for the military.
Damn, y'all lucky.
Uh,
I'm about to go with you.
hey, I
Yeah, he got a military
hey, we
pass.
can make it. We can make
About to go
we
with
can make it
you.
happen. I'm serious. It's a massive discount too. But anyway,
Listen, we showed up in
mm,
full uniform too. Like,
but I took my two plus myself, and I didn't. Now there's a hotel on Disney property for military. But this time I did not stay there. Every time after this, I've
uh-huh.
only stayed at that property because it's great and much cheaper. But this first time I didn't. I stayed in one of the Animal Kingdom's properties, and the
Mhm.
hotel alone for 3 nights, yes, 3 nights, 4 days, was around 2,000.
Jesus
The
Christ.
ticket the tickets. Let's see. So it's about 200 a piece. 246. So
200 a piece,
yeah, because it was a park hopper. We could go to any park anytime.
and that's with a
And
discount
that's
though,
with the
right?
discount. Yes.
Oh my lord.
Um, it's actually going up. It's going up since then. It's now like 300 something. Um, let's see, and oh yeah, and then you got to throw in food. You got to throw in food because
Yeah, you
you're not
gotta
leaving the
eat.
property. You're not leaving the property to go eat because that's the reason why you're staying on the property.
And even the stuff outside of Disney, say I remember one time I went to McDonald's
It's
by there, that's Disney
yeah.
prices, like, yo,
Even
what
though it's
the
not
heck?
on the property, if they're within like a mile of Disney property, you're still paying a Disney price. You got to go to the like go across the
You
highway.
gotta come to Tampa.
Basically, yes.
Yeah,
You
you
got to
gotta go
cross
to
the highway to get
food.
a reasonable price on food.
Right, like, "Where you guys going to get food?" "We're at Ybor City, we be
I remember
back."
because me and my
So,
daughter we went
I was
and because I had to get her some clothes one time when we went, and I remember we stopped on the way back at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, right? We
mhm.
all know what Chick-fil-A is going to cost because we go there enough times to know,
Yeah.
right?
Chick-fil-A ain't really that cheap either though,
It's
too, so
not,
it's like, you
but you
know.
know what we're gonna pay. Okay, so I'm about to pay like eight
Right.
bucks for this sandwich. Cool, I got you. No, it was like $13
Yep,
because it's that
yep.
close to Disney.
Double
You
digits.
know,
That's the motto, double digits for fast food, regardless.
yeah.
Cheeseburger,
If you're
10
right,
bucks. Double cheeseburger,
yeah. If you're
20
in Disney,
bucks.
that's what you're paying. Allegedly. Let me throw that out there. Allegedly.
I got a military discount. Oh,
Mhm.
good. $12.
But it's crazy. So yeah, about 5 grand. I could see that. Now, if I was to go now, not yet, because I know I'm gonna go again because I got to see the Star Wars thing. When I go now, I'm only paying. It's just two people, so the hop
It's about 20 grand.
probably about three though, about 3 grand. Yeah, and that's with the military discount.
I don't like Disney that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Like, yo, like, listen, I'd be like, listen, we one person buy a ticket and then just get a GoPro and just live stream it and let me know how it is. Get on the roller coasters, just be watching through the GoPro, like, oh, be
So,
at home.
but I say this good match to the story. I say this South Park has went out to Disney a couple times throughout the years, but now that Disney has this new thing where they are starting to stream rated R things, and they now own Hulu, eh,
Uh-huh.
they're going to use some of that power, some of that comedic power that they have, making all this digital, and use it to hey, look, we don't have to just be Disney anymore. We can be Disney Plus and Hulu. Put some other stuff out there, Go after South Park.
I like how these companies just add like a plus now or plus 2 or 2x. Like, that's the same thing, man. Like, you can't just add a symbol and all of a sudden it's 10 times better, like Disney
uh,
2. Like, all
Gee.
right.
I tell you what, and we'll talk
Oh,
about this
man.
next show. Well, the next show we don't have to get. I am so tired of streaming services. I am.
Yeah, they get
I
ridiculous
am.
now. I'm about to go back to watching
I
TV
mean, my
normally.
Netflix bill is like 20 something dollars a month. Hulu is through my cell phone, so I don't really pay too much for it.
I
But
hate Hulu, by the way. I don't care if it's free for me and I
it's
still don't
pretty much
watch it.
free for me too. But I have it tied in with my Disney and all that other stuff. So I had to pay like 70 something
Yep,
bucks a year.
I
So
got you.
I only pay $10 a year for
Mickey
everything.
Mouse
So I get
trap.
it.
That's a rat
Yeah.
trap. That's what they call it. That's what they should call it, the rat trap. The
Mm.
Disney Plus ecosystem is the rat trap. You got the giant mouse, you got ESPN. And the thing is, I hate that
ESPN Plus.
this is my last thing, but I hate that they charge you. They own ESPN. Why do I gotta pay for Disney Plus and
Yeah.
ESPN? Like, it's the
Yeah,
same thing.
that's why you gotta get the bundle. That's why you get the bundle, so you don't have to actually pay for it. It's in the bundle. Yeah.
God, that's like insurance
Oh
at
yeah,
this point. Like,
that's
oh,
all it
why don't
is.
you just bundle your insurance in
There
Disney
is no
Plus? Like, what
reason
the
anymore to have just regular cable. There's just none because
no.
network TV. Okay, let's say network. Let's say you like network shows. It's gonna be on the streaming service the very next day, if not that evening.
Yeah.
And most of
Peacock.
them you can watch as it's being aired, so you can watch it live that night. So there's cable. There's no reason at all to have normal cable channels. If you want your news is now
Look,
streaming. CNN is now on
all Imma
HBO.
say is I'll leave it this, YouTube
That's what I
TV.
have. That's what I
That's
have.
it.
It's great. It's
YouTube
great.
TV. That's all you
Uh,
need until they start
I
taxing.
got.
Then
They went up. No, they
we
went
go
up
with something else.
$10, this year, but it's been $69 for like 2 years anyway. So I'm good with that. $10, all right,
Yeah,
cool. It's still
yeah.
cheaper than what I was paying over $300 a month to Spectrum. That's insane. That's just the Spectrum. Plus all the other streaming services, because you got to have the streaming services because that's where everything is now. It's not on regular TV anymore. It's on all the streaming services. Someone needs to
Yeah,
come up
I think it's
with
about time.
with an app that puts all the streaming services in one for one price and call it a day.
Yeah, that's called cable
I
TV.
know.
Oh, man, I'm about to just start reading more books. That's gonna be my entertainment from now on. I'm so sick of
Oh
TV.
my goodness!
Oh,
If
man.
they
You
didn't
ready
have
for, what to
sports, I
Florida?
don't know if my TV would still be, it still be here. I mean, I
Exactly.
gotta have my football. Yeah. But that's your
Not
fan
tender,
to
not
what Florida.
tender.
Go ahead and bring old Colin on up in here.
Colin
And go ahead
Powell.
and start this.
Look at him. He over there on Tinder.
Yeah.
Like, what? Me? Who? What?
You can get himself
Me? There he goes.
give himself a
Hey, look who's
get himself a date
alive.
tonight. All right, ladies and gents, and all those in between. Let's get ready for what to Florida. All right. Welcome to What to Florida.
Timestamps,
You know what
buddy.
time it
Someone's
is.
gotta
I'm
know.
going to read 3 different Florida stories, and my co-host, throughout the mic, producer Colin, are going to play against each other.
Look, he ran down the
Are going
answers.
to play against each other, and
Cheated.
tell us
Cheated.
where these stories happen at. Now, if you're playing along, and if you're a regular, you already know this. But if you're not, let me go ahead and tell you how it goes. I'm going to read 3 different Florida stories. They're going to say if it happened in North Florida, Middle Florida, South Florida. North Florida is Jacksonville,
Okay.
Pensacola. Middle Florida or Central Florida, whatever one you call it, is Ocala, all the way down to us and I-4. Everything below I-4 though is considered South Florida. With that being said, let's get into today's first story. And if you play along, if you play along and you beat my co-host, put a comment in the comment section. We want to know, that way I get that way I can
no, I'm just kidding.
possibly bring you on to play, against them in a later date. We'll see. But
you beat me, I'm gonna beat you down. How about that?
First, what the Florida Floridas are. Oh, by the way, and anyone who listens, write into 94.1 and let them know that I know they stole my show. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm coming for you. You listen to the radio anyway. I ain't listened to the radio since like 1995.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I got some buddies that work there. So shout out to y'all, but not to whoever stole our information.
Using the exact same for anyway. First Florida story. All right, this one, this preamble, this one, the child is okay and recovering. We don't normally do anything that has physical harm, but this is a Florida story that I just had to do. Florida man tried to circumcise 2-year-old cousin while babysitting.
Damn, he about 2 years too late. You're supposed to do that like ASAP, ain't you?
Here's the story. A Florida man has found himself behind bars after allegedly cutting his 2-year-old cousin in the groin while babysitting him in what officials said was an attempt to circumcise the boy, according to the police department. Timothos Powell, his name is spelled Timothoes. So yes, I'm trying to say it however it's supposed to be spelled. So Timothos Powell was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse after the incident that unfolded on October 17th. Powell was watching his 2-year-old cousin while the toddler's mother was at work. Their grandmother and grandfather were home at the time of the incident, but were both asleep at the time. Because yes, they're grandparents. Of course, they'd be asleep.
Yeah. What time was it, like 2 p.m.?
At around 7 p.m., Powell called the mother to tell her that the boy was bleeding from his genital area, and as glass had entered his diaper, the report said. Powell, he's trying to say glass did it. Oh my goodness. Come on now. Powell added,
he broke a bottle on the
Powell added that he tried to wipe it off, causing the skin to break. The audience can't see my face right now,
like, I'm on my way home right now.
Is the face the face our audience members are making right now is the same face I'm making right now.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, okay, honey, you stay right there. I'll be there in just a minute to
I know, right? I'm coming with everything.
right there.
Me, the police, my cousin down the road, my sister's boyfriend.
Right. Can you imagine that phone call? Don't be mad. Listen, don't be mad, but I think your baby is sick.
The boy was taken to a local hospital where he had to have his skin glued to repair the injury, the report said. The hospital reported the incident to police because they feared some type of abuse was happening at the residence, according to the report. Now, There will be a picture of this person on when you watch the show live, but there's not a picture for my colleagues here to watch. But when you see this guy, you're gonna be like, "Oh wow, really?"
Oh, that makes sense. Don't tell me some Hills Have Eyes type dude. A Goonie basement monster. Hey, can you watch our 2-year-old baby for us,
The
please?
home
Hey, you
to continue
guys.
to continue with the story. To continue with the story, the home had surveillance cameras because a lot of camp houses do. Inside was Show Powell changing the boy's diaper and then walking away with an unknown object in his hand. Police said the baby was seen screaming and crying before Powell returned to put the diaper on. Another video showed Powell apparently frustrated as he manipulated the boy's diaper. Other footage from the day allegedly showed Powell yelling at the toddler, squirting him with a water bottle, and threatening to put soap in his mouth if he wasn't quiet.
And grandma is asleep during all this?
Police spoke to Powell ahead of his arrest, who said he noticed the boy was bleeding when he went to change his diaper. There must have been a piece of glass in his diaper,
Why is he changing diapers?
Powell told police, according to the report. He added that he became frustrated and started to lose his temper. Powell also said he may have pulled the boy's genitals downward with too much force and began to wipe him very hard, the report said, adding that Powell said he did not intentionally cut him. You lying ass.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Powell remains in the county jail on $100,000 bond. He has been charged with child endangerment and child abuse.
Yeah, the baby signed the waiver. I mean, what do you want me to do? Oh my goodness, grandma probably had a heart attack and passed away. I already know where this is at. You ain't gotta tell me. I can guess somewhere in the hills. Like I said, the Hills Have Eyes area of Florida.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You might as well just take the baby to work with you. Like, just leave it with these people.
Oh man, but yep. So all right, so that's the first Florida story. Second Florida story, and I'm seeing these pictures at the end of the show, Colin. Second Florida story. So this story was all over the news, all over Florida this week. So you might know this one, but we'll see. Florida man is cited for allegedly impersonating Border Patrol agents with a truck that said "Booty Patrol."
Booty Patrol. How you even? All right, go ahead. Tell us the story.
Yeah. So here's the story.
Next story. Second story. Florida man. That's a Booty Patrol car.
Florida man was cited. Sorry, here's the story. The Florida man was cited for driving around with the Booty Patrol on his vehicle, in a white Chevy Silverado, similar to one driven by Border Patrol agents. Local police department alerted the public about the truck on Monday via Facebook posting, noting that they were on the hunt for the culprit, because of course was pulling people over. Since then, the driver has been identified.
Excuse me, ma'am. Get out the car. I see you dropping it like it's hot. You'll have to get in the backseat.
Since then, the driver has been identified as an 18-year-old Gabriel Luviano, who said his car has been painted that way for over a year. Luviano also said he has never tried to pull anyone over and added that he only turns the car's lights on at car shows.
When he sees big booties. Basically, I'm looking for video vixens for my next music video, and I started this patrol group called the Booty Patrol. So anytime we drive around, we see a nice booty, we pull them over, we arrest them, and then they get to be in the video.
Despite the teen claiming that his car is just a lighthearted joke, the sheriff's office cited him for impersonating law enforcement and released a statement on social media about the ordeal. This is their statement. We want to emphasize that the sheriff's office located the vehicle on Sunday, and our initial post aimed to raise awareness about this incident, ensuring that the public can avoid being duped by such individuals, the department said. We extend our sincere gratitude to everyone who called in with information about the suspicious vehicle, as your continued support is crucial in helping us maintain a safe and secure community for our residents. Here's the thing. Did he pull anyone over? Because in the report they initially put out,
he better have.
In the report they initially put out, they said he had been pulling people over. But he said that he didn't. And they didn't
get out the car, shake that ass.
Charge him with actually stopping anybody. So I don't know.
Yeah. Can you imagine being the cops like, you guys, you impersonated I'm like, what do you mean? First of all, you mean to tell me there's a department in the police department for booty? Like, oh, my bad. I didn't know that.
All right. And the last Florida story. So I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Do you want
Yeah,
a Florida story
I've heard
about
enough
a
shooting
mom who was
stories.
arrested when a 7-year-old enters a bar, or a Florida story about a man bringing a loaded gun and a vest into a cafe?
First one.
All right.
Now I can't even go to a coffee shop. God damn.
Florida woman, mom arrested when a 7-year-old enters bar to find her
Be right back. I'm just gonna kill this beer.
Hours alone in an unlocked car. Hours.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yes, it does.
I feel like that happens a lot. By the way, like just leaving kids in the car. I'm going to grocery shop. I'll be back. Stay in the car.
I know, right?
About 8 hours.
I'll be there. I'll be there eventually. A Florida mom was arrested after allegedly leaving her 7-year-old daughter in the car while she got drunk at a local bar. Veronica Elliott was charged with child neglect after the incident that unfolded at this bar around 3 a.m. around 3 a.m. Sunday.
Of course.
3 a.m. Go home, people. Go home.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. I think I left my baby in the car.
At 7 o'clock, 7-year-old in the car at 3 a.m. Police were called to the bar after the 7-year-old girl walked up to the bar looking for her mom. The investigation revealed the child was left in an unlocked car, which was turned off in a dark parking lot with no lights, police said. It remains unclear what time the woman arrived to the bar, but police arrived at 2:58 a.m. and found her around 6:30 a.m. It took 3.5 hours to find her. Wow. She walked up to the officers at the scene asking what time it was. Police said Elliott said she only meant to be away for 10 minutes. Police said the 35-year-old woman was barefoot.
The drink started pouring, and next thing you know, it's 3 a.m.
Police said the 35-year-old woman was barefoot and covered in dirt as she swayed back and forth. Her slurred speech patterns and body movements were consistent with someone who was under the influence, police added. The DCF family's respondent took custody of the child. She has been booked and released after posting a $2,500 bond.
That's crazy. Maybe she made a deal. Like, you drive me home, I'll buy some candy.
I mean,
just threw the iPad on fully charged. Like, I'll be back in a few hours. Just watch SpongeBob or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Well, but those are your Florida stories.
First?
All right. Starting off with the first one.
All right.
The Florida man who tried to circumcise his
kids. Going north.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I'll go first, man. This has to be this has to be around here, man. It's like Central Florida. It has to be.
All right. This happened in Daytona, Holly Hill. So that is Central.
It didn't even. Let's go.
It's about 4.
All right. 1-0. All right. Number 2. Go ahead, Con. You go first this time.
All right. It's just South.
South. I'm going.
Oh, I thought you said it was in the South.
I was gonna go South too, though. I was gonna say South. I'm going South. I'm going South. Final answer.
All right. This happened in DeSoto, which is here.
Here. Oh.
Nope. DeSoto.
I mean,
nope.
Depends on where he's driving.
No, I have no clue where it's at, but like,
mom and left the baby
around
in the
here,
car to be the
so I'm gonna say
DD
Central.
Drinking all day. North. Final answer. Why are you laughing? Like you know where it's at?
All right. We tied.
All right, so you're saying Central. So
I'll take it.
Woman who left her 7-year-old in the car. This happened in DeLand, Florida, which is just on the other side of Orlando. So yes, Central Florida.
Oh, so we tied then. It's a tie. All right, whatever.
I heard it too.
You might as well do the last one then.
Yeah, we're gonna do a tiebreaker. We're gonna do a tiebreaker. Yeah, gotta do a tiebreaker. Go ahead and knock that one out there. Gotta have a tiebreaker.
I swear you said South though in the second one. Because that's why I changed my answer. Because I was gonna say Central.
I said DeSoto, and that's probably right. You probably heard South when I'm saying DeSoto. Yeah, that's that. All right,
Soto.
So final one. Here's the tiebreaker. Florida man arrested after bringing a loaded gun, tactical vest to a Florida cafe. He said, "I figured because it was Halloween."
Well, he's trying to steal my candy. Gonna get this folded.
Ybor reported to police that he carried a loaded gun as part of his Halloween costume. Here's the story. Michael Ybor of Florida was arrested Tuesday night in violation of the state's open carry gun laws. Ybor reportedly showed up at a restaurant with a loaded firearm, wearing a bulletproof vest, handcuffs, a baton, and a mask as part of a Halloween costume.
Man,
I'm leaving the look. You walk in looking like that, I'm walking the other way. I'm getting out of the building. You own something. I'm just saying.
Right, a Space Force. Like, what type of Space Force?
He was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of open carrying of weapons and was booked at the police.
Yeah, what the hell?
All right, we'll just call it a tie.
We'll call it a tie and do the tiebreaker next week. Call this one a tie.
Well, Kyle, you got away with this one.
Yeah, you got away with that one.
Quick, make it quick.
Oh man. Honestly, though, I don't even know where Revolution County is. I just know I still would have got it wrong.
Oh, all right. I got one for you. All right, here we go. This is gonna be real quick. I'm gonna read the title and a brief thing.
Final answer.
Florida man, police officer found drunk, passed out with gun on lap in its car. Police officers arrested a colleague who was passed out drunk in the car with a gun on his lap on Tuesday morning. Police officer with the police department found Jovan Salvaguirre, an officer with the police department, passed out behind the wheel of an Infiniti, according to the arrest report on Wednesday. The school officer banged on Salvaguirre's window to try and get his attention after loud music was heard coming from his parked car. Salvaguirre, 31, had a gun on his lap, a strong odor of alcohol, bloodshot eyes, droopy eyelids, and slurred speech when police officers found him at the intersection, according to the arrest report. After refusing to perform a field sobriety test, police said he asked to be transported to the hospital because he wasn't feeling well. When a police officer asked Salvaguirre to put his car in park, he put it in reverse, which moved the car to 2 feet back, according to the report.
Damn.
Salvaguirre, who dozed in and out of conscience, refused the sobriety test and requested medical attention.
Tiebreaker. Overtime.
South.
You want an OT.
This happened in Miami.
Let's go!
A win's a win, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You should have stayed with the tie, Colin. You better with that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey. Sometimes Steve, that's what OT's for sometimes. But all right. With that being said, you guys.
All right. See you later.
With that being said, congratulations to my co-host this time.
This time.
All right. You got anything else for our audience?
I got nothing, man. I'm just happy to be a winner today.
All right. Well, with that being said, and with no other business to discuss this week, I hope everyone has a nice beginning of the holiday season. As you know, this month is Thanksgiving and next month is Christmas. So go ahead, eat well, be merry, and have a good end of the year. We will see you next week. Yeah. And this is the weekly review at Sean and Chirac. I am Sean the King Notorious.
And it's your boy Chirac the Mike. Peace.
Thanks for listening.